Welcome back to the Royal Buzz, your go-to podcast that's buzzworthy and dedicated to purpose. I'm your host, Trena Myers, and today I'm introducing something that's very close to my heart. Each week, I'll be sharing a short reading from my book, Crowned with Purpose, Grace in Every Bend. But this isn't just a book reading. It's a conversation. It's an opportunity to pause, reflect, and discover how the twists, turns, victories, disappointments, and unexpected detours in our lives often become the very places where purpose takes root. Every chapter in this book was written from lived experience. Some moments were joyful, others were painful. Many were lessons I never expected to learn, yet every one of them reminded me that our stories aren't meant to stay hidden. They're meant to encourage someone else. So whether you're building a business, navigating a health journey, wearing a crown, raising a family, leading your community, or simply trying to figure out what's next, I hope you'll find pieces of yourself in these pages. Now, today's reading comes from Chapter 1. We've got to start from the beginning. And some of my earliest memories are of movement, twirling, flipping, and giggling in a leotard that was way too big for my tiny frame. Somewhere between the ages of 4 and 6, I was rolled in gymnastics, and to me, it felt like flying. And at that age, you don't think about technique or stamina. You think about all the fun of stretching your body to its limits and feeling the thrill of a perfect landing, even if it was just on a padded mat. But what I didn't know back then and wouldn't know for decades was that my body was already giving me signs that something just wasn't quite right. But to my child's mind, nothing seemed unusual. I thought everyone's joints bent and moved the way that mine did. I thought every kid's stomach felt upset as often as mine. But pain wasn't something to question. It was just something you lived with. Being the daughter of a military father meant constant change. Every 3 to 4 years, we packed up our lives into cardboard boxes and started over somewhere new. I became an expert in navigating new schools, learning new accents, and figuring out where to sit in the cafeteria so I wouldn't feel too out of place. But there's also a downside. Consistency in healthcare wasn't part of my life. Each move meant a new pediatrician, a new medical chart, and the need to explain symptoms all over again, even if I mentioned them at all. It was during one of these ordinary school days in the middle of a typical cafeteria that my body sent me a message that I could no longer ignore. I had just dropped off my lunch tray when it hit. An intense, gut-wrenching pain that made my body lock in place. I froze, unable to take another step. Every breath felt like it might split me in two. A teacher noticed I wasn't moving and called for help. My parents ended up carrying me to the ER, but instead of answers, I just got dismissals. Probably just a stomach bug, they said. And when the pain didn't go away, but instead became a shadow that followed me through my life, it got filed under the category of things we just don't talk about. That was just the beginning. Growing up, I missed more holiday gatherings than I could count, especially visits to see my family in Iowa. It always seemed to happen right before a big trip. Suddenly, I'd come down with a stomach flu or another mystery illness. The disappointment of being left behind became routine. But so did the feeling of being the sick one no one could explain. At the time, I didn't see myself as fragile. I saw myself as adaptable. I was the girl who smiled through the stomach cramps, who never told her friends about the missed events, who thought being sick was just part of life. It would take me decades to realize that my normal wasn't normal at all. Now, I want to take a moment and pause here, as this chapter reminds me that sometimes we normalize a struggle in life just because we didn't know anything different. And here's something I'd like for you to think about this week. How have frequent changes or instability shaped the way you see yourself today? And if you could go back and tell your younger self one thing about listening to your body, what would it be? Maybe write it in a journal, talk about it with a friend, or send me a message on social media. I truly enjoy hearing how these conversations connect with your story. Now, if today's reading encouraged you, I'd love for you to pick up a copy of Crowned with Purpose, Grace in Every Bend, and continue the journey with me. Every chapter goes deeper than what we can cover here, and my hope is that it reminds you of your purpose and that it isn't found despite these life bends. It often glows because of them. Thank you. I want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for spending these few moments with me. And until next time, remember this. Your story has value. Your voice has purpose. And every bend in your journey is helping to shape the legacy only you were created to leave. And until next time, keep fuzzing with purpose.